It's been said that the main difference between being caught in a rut in life and a grave is the length of the hole. Now, that's a bit extreme, but for those who are caught in a rut in life, it can feel like life is being sucked out of them. If you've ever felt like you were stuck in a rut, I probably don't need to tell you what that feels like. You pretty much feel apathetic about almost everything. Even if you have some idea of what might help pull yourself out, you feel like you don't even really have much energy or initiative to do it. Nothing seems to be exciting. You just kind of drag yourself out of bed and go throughout your day. You may feel as though you're making some movement in your day, but you really don't feel like you're making much progress towards anything useful or getting any traction in life. You want to be excited, but you're just not sensing much in life to get you excited. Maybe you're in a place like that to some degree right now. Real quickly, if these videos are helpful, consider subscribing or maybe even leave a comment, like, or even share the video. Also, you can download a free ebook from me over on my website, awordtothewise.co. The link is down in the description. Now back to getting out of that rut. You know, the world can be a hard place. On top of that, we people naturally like to avoid pain. Pleasure is much more appealing to us. What does that have to do with being in a rut? Typically, remaining in a comfort zone can be a significant contributing factor to being stuck in a rut in life. You may not like where you're at, it may not be very fulfilling, but at least it's comfortable and familiar. You know what to expect, and it doesn't require a lot of energy or risk. You weren't made to just survive, hide out, and skate through life without taking any calculated chances or having a zest for life. We have a propensity to settle, but is that really the best choice? Let's dive into this and think about some ways that we might climb out of this rut. Number one, there certainly may be reasons why you were there. There may have been some unfair circumstances, or maybe you didn't get some of the breaks that others have. You know what? The world is not a fair place. If you're waiting for it to be fair before you dig out of this place, you may be waiting a while. That being said, blaming circumstances and just complaining about it is pretty unlikely to change anything. We have to be willing to put excuses aside and take responsibility for our own decisions. Number two, you have to be willing to believe for and imagine something else. Perception is essential. If all that we can imagine is an outcome based on where we're at, it makes sense that we'll limit ourselves. Remember when you were a child? Most children have powerful imaginations. I'm not saying to throw reason to the wind, but what if we broke free from the limiting perspectives of our current state that's based only on what we see and, like a child, imagined what could be? If our perception is that this is how it is and this is how it will be, then we better get comfortable with our situation because we're likely to stay right there. Telling ourselves stories like this over and over again limits us. Stretch your mind to believe for something different. Number three, begin to ask yourself constructive questions to uncover why you're caught in this rut. Not questions like, why do I always get the short end of the stick, or why do others seem to have it so easy, but rather, where have I settled? Is there something that I'm avoiding? What do I talk myself out of and why? What can I learn about myself from being in this place or this experience? How did I get here, and what steps were there that I took to lead me to this place? What would be a better place for me? What are the steps that I can take to get there? What would be a first step? What we're trying to do is to uncover beliefs that have kept us caught in this rut and expose them. What we're also trying to do is take steps to map out a plan to move out of this rut. You may learn some valuable lessons about yourself, and you may also even learn that maybe it's not just what you're doing, but how you're doing it. And number four, you have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. What's more important to you, feeling comfortable or living a life that's intended for you? I might make a mistake. Yep. And mistakes are a normal part of life that we learn from. There's a famous quote by the hockey player Wayne Gretzky: "You miss 100% of the shots you never take." You've got to take some shots towards the goal. I've said this before, but we can say, well, I'm waiting for a door to open. We can wait for a door to open, but we need to make sure that we're at least standing near a door. As part of challenging ourselves and stepping out, we need to begin to develop new habits. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. Start small if you need to, but commit and then do. Get out of the house, get some exercise, explore a new way to earn a living, meet some new people. Find the things that you need to breathe life into you and make a habit out of those. Thanks for joining me today for A Word to the Wise. My name is Doug Ebertowski. Hey, if this has been helpful for you, maybe consider subscribing, liking, sharing, or even leaving a comment on this video. Also, jump over to my website, awordtothewise.co, where you can download a free ebook from me. The link is down in the description. And last but not least, maybe consider checking out some of my other videos. Until next time, be wise.